Hey, good morning, everybody. Morning live video. Today we're going to talk about the difference between a recession and a housing crash. Yesterday we took a live video tour of a new listing I have coming on in Rathdrum. It'll be live tomorrow. So anybody that's looking for a home on 5 acres with a shop, let them know. We've got a new listing here in Rathdrum coming on board. Tomorrow, still to be determined. And Friday, we'll talk to Ryan Skaggs, an insurance agent locally in Coeur d'Alene. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about the difference between a recession and a housing crash. So for many homeowners, the word recession practically is synonymous with the 2008 mortgage meltdown. That's kind of what's in our minds. That's what people fear happening again. And, people remember neighborhoods being filled with for sale signs, a lot of home foreclosures, massive crisis in the mortgage industry. People weren't able to get loans. Things tightened up significantly. So recessions are generally no more likely to create significant housing downturns than any other movement in the economy. So looking at that, what is a recession? In general, economic recession is defined by a period of economic decline in 2 consecutive quarters. So basically a 6-month period. If we have a decline in the gross domestic product for 2 quarters, that's considered a recession. In contrast, a depression is essentially a recession that goes on for multiple years. We haven't seen anything like that for quite some time. Of course, our current economic downturn has largely been voluntary, due to shutdowns governments have enforced, and so this is kind of unprecedented in that respect due to the causes of what's going to slow the economy down. So while economic activity is set to return to normal in some states with relaxation of stay-at-home orders, some people are concerned this might bring back cases of COVID. We'll see if that happens or not. My prediction is no. But historical trends, between recession and housing decline, only twice in the last 40 years, when we look at, there was 5 separate recessions in the last 40 years, and only 2 of those showed basically downturn in the housing market. So if you look back, the recessions were 1980, then another one in 81 and 82, 90, 91. Of course, 9/11 caused some serious disruption in the economy in 2001. And then one that most of us remember, caused by the housing market, the 07 through 09 recession. So, there's normally have occurred during times of major political upheaval and at a fairly predictable pace. In this, we saw in 1980 housing prices went down 2.6%, 81, 82, 5.8, decline 6.7%, and then in 2001 it went up 4.4%, but only saw double-digit decreases 07 through 09. So while small declines, generally to be expected during a recession, we did see 2001 home prices went up. So breaking these numbers down a little bit, the 80, 90, 91 recession had the largest drop in home prices until 2007-9, when we saw the recession that was caused by the housing market, significant drop. So essentially, the 2008 was different because of how people were leveraged. People had higher home mortgages based on their value, so they had little equity in their homes. Many people were qualified on homes that they shouldn't have been, and so the pricing bubble can pop, and then all of a sudden they're sitting on a home that's not worth as much as they owe. And so that's kind of where we were sitting back in 07, 08. Right now, people have much more equity in their homes. Interest rates are still very, very affordable, And in addition to that, we weren't giving loans to people that couldn't afford the payment like we did in 07, 08. So, that was kind of a result of the subprime lending, and they've done a lot of stuff to prevent that, after the 07, 08 debacle. So we're not seeing those kind of issues going in this. With all the regulations and stuff in 2008, it really put safety factors in place that prevented that from happening again. So what can we expect here in 2020? Well, according to most economists, circumstances favor a quick economic recovery. Since this wasn't caused due to economic factors, it was literally due to the pandemic. As soon as restrictions are lifted, the economy should start flowing well again. Of course, things are going to be different state to state, city to city. However, here in the Northwest, we especially, I think, are going to rebound well, and the housing market has already shown signs of returning to normal quickly. In fact, I think we're going to see higher demand this year than ever. We're going into it already seeing higher demands now, even with less inventory, as we saw, in some of my Monday market stats. 46% less inventory, yet housing prices are still going up because it's put an even higher demand on homes with less inventory. So now things are starting to loosen up a bit. We're starting to see more homes coming on the market. As I mentioned, I've got one coming on this week, 5 acres with a shop in Rathdrum. Here in a few weeks, I've got another home on 22 acres with a shop, and then another shop with an apartment in it. So you can house multiple families, and actually could build a couple more homes on that parcel if you separated it out, because it's 5 acre minimums. So if anybody has questions on, is it the right time to sell? How much is their house worth? Shoot me a message. Love to talk to you about it. Now is a great time. If you're considering doing something different with where you're living, we're getting, top dollar for homes right now. So let's take a look and see what your home's worth. Shoot me a message. And again, we'll talk to local insurance agent Friday, see how things are going in the insurance world with the shutdowns and stay-at-home orders and stuff. So, and how they're doing business. How do they write policies, or how do they get new clients? Zoom meetings, etc. How does that look different? So, hope this helps out. The difference between a recession, and a depression, and how that correlates to housing crash. We're not going to see it this time. It's not going to be like 07, 08. So put those fears aside and let's talk real estate. Love to hear from you. Hope you're having a great day, everybody. Go out and enjoy the weather. It's kind of going to be a soggy one today, but get out there anyhow and get some fresh air. Hope you guys are doing great. Have a nice day.